Welcome everybody to week 4 of Holiday Calm. We have one more class after this. Sorry this one had to be recorded. Some unexpected things happening at the house on Tuesday morning this week. So I thought instead I would record something for you and then send it out so you can have it. So feel free to close your eyes, lower the gaze, settle in for your practice. In this busy week ahead of us, it's great to take a few moments out just for some mindful breath work. So take some nice long inhales through the nose. Expanding the belly, expanding the lungs next, and then the chest. And then exhaling, belly, lungs, chest. So just imagine that breath rolls in like a wave. So you send it all the way down to the belly first, and then it rolls up to the lungs, and then the chest. And then you exhale, belly, lungs, chest, so it rolls right back out. And so if it helps, even visualize that ocean wave in your belly, that tip of the wave as it rolls in and out onto the shore. And with each breath, may your shoulders start to soften. May you start to ground down through the hips and the sit bones. May your mind be a little less busy as all your awareness is drawn to that breath. Now, what I always find on top of this breath work, something we can add is to make your breath audible. So add some sound to the breath. So I'll just demonstrate as I'm breathing in and out. So much easier to do if your exhales through your mouth. I did one there through the nose, one through the mouth. But you hear this sound like the ocean wave, and it can help you just to find that calming feeling. So our ocean breath. Our Ujjayi breath, as it's called. You're just hitting the back of the throat there on that exhale. So the great thing is that you're at home, you're not in the studio where maybe people are around you and you feel a little self-conscious to do that exhale or to do that ocean breath where you can hear it. So anytime through our practice today, if you want to add that sound to your breath, if you find that it does help with the calming, feel free. It's great when you're practicing at home and you can let yourself really sink into your breath work. All right, let's start to take the head and the neck in circles. And drawing the chin across the chest, drawing the back of the head along the shoulders. And if you find anywhere that's super tight, maybe you slept a little funny, just hold it there. Or move slower through that spot. And changing directions whenever you're ready. Same thing. If you find anywhere a little bit stuck or a little bit tight, just hold it. Good. One more loop around. We'll meet back in the center. We're going to bring our hands together at our heart. We're going to inhale them beside the ears. They're going to meet up behind. So get this little tricep stretch. Send it all the way up. Nice, tall, long spine. And then exhaling to either side. Taking the gaze behind you. Back to the center, palms together. Inhale, they slide beside the ears. Exhale all the way up to the top. Twisting to the other side. Good, let's do one more on each side, nice and smooth. So just following your breath. Back to center. Inhale. Exhale. Good stuff. We're going to take the right leg right up into the crease of our elbow, the knee and the crease of the other elbow. Maybe your hands meet, maybe they don't. And we're just going to rock that baby, rock that leg out. So we're getting into the hip. Good, lay it down in front of the left, so you're not cross-legged, you're laying out a little bit in front. Bring the arms all the way up, and then collapsing all the way down over that leg. Breathe into that hip. Tuck the chin, roll yourself up, bring the hands in behind, lift the hips up off the mat, take the gaze up to the ceiling. Good, relax back down. Switch legs, so we come back to that little cradling. And not everyone's gonna be able to loop around like this. So whatever it looks like for you, it can just look like holding the leg out like that. I'm just rocking, encouraging some opening in the hip socket. Beautiful. We lay it down in front of the right. Inhale the arms up, reach, reach, reach. Collapse all the way down. Find your breath. Good. Tuck the chin, roll up. Hands come in behind, lift the seat. Awesome. Release back down. Send the feet out straight, the legs out straight, give them a little shake. Bending the knees, hands are in behind to support. I'm just going to tap the legs out. So we're tapping the bottom of the feet. Tap, 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 tap. Weird yoga stuff. Good. Bring the legs back to your cross-legged seat. Hands coming to your knees. Sufi grind, one of my favorites. Feels so good in the low back and the hips. So opening the heart across the front, rounding the spine across the back. And again, matching the breath. So maybe an inhale as we cross in front, maybe an exhale as we're rounding. You can also, add the shoulders in. So one shoulder forward, other shoulder forward. And changing directions whenever you're ready. One more time around. Good stuff. Back to center. All right, hands spread nice and wide, fingertips reaching from one side to the other. We're going to drop the fingertips down. We're going to pop the fingertips up. Good. We're going to send the palms forward, and then we're going to wrap ourselves in a hug. So kind of reaching back for those shoulder blades. If that doesn't work, you're just grabbing onto wherever you can. And then we're going to tip from side to side. So again, creating space, this time between the hip and the rib cage on either side. Good. Back to center. Send the arms back out. Opening up. Good. Fingertips down. Fingertips up. Palms forward. Good. And then wrapping ourselves the opposite side. So opposite arm on top, but same hug. And then just opening up through the side body. Beautiful. Back to center. We're going to bring the hands to our shoulders, draw those elbows up so we're engaging the muscles. We're going to inhale to one side, exhale, back to center. We're going to inhale. We got a little adjustment there. And then exhale. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So just work at your own pace. Just wringing out that spine, a little strengthening for the upper body. Good, release. Bring the elbows down. Notice my hands staying on my shoulders, and we're just gonna kiss the elbows together. Some nice big shoulder rolls. And changing directions. Good stuff. Alrighty. Let's move right into a child's pose next. Just let's stretch out the back. So we bring the big toes together. We send the knees nice and wide. Stretch right out in front, forehead down to the yoga mat if you make it. If that's too much, you can always stack your fists. But if you do reach down to the mat with the forehead, feel free just to rock the head from side to side. For anyone who gets headaches or sinus pressure, I love this rocking on the mat on the forehead. So just a little tip for anyone who get headaches. This is a great time too to bring in that Ujjayi breath, the ocean breath. So the nice big exhale when you're kind of made this little cocoon for yourself in your child's pose, and you need some calming. Adding that breath can be really effective. And we'll take the hands to the right side, left hand coming on top. And then taking the hands to the other side, right hand on top. Good, back to center. We'll just come all the way up into all fours, and we want to straighten out those knees so they're in line with our hips and wrists under our shoulders. We'll cat cow next. Take a cow and just hold it. To feel that belly drop, stretch out the lower back. And then press away from your mat and hold your cat next. So press, press, tuck the chin, tuck your tailbone, arch that spine. Maybe even shift the hips towards the back. And then back forward, come back into your table pose. Take a little side cow, bumping the hips from one side to the other, taking the gaze behind you. Good, back to center, circle one wrist, give it a little break. Flick out the fingers. Same thing on the other side. If you're not good on your knees, remember you can always do your cat-cow seated. Or if you're not good on your wrists, cat-cow in a chair, cat-cow seated works just as well. We're going to take the right hand, we're going to peel it up to the ceiling. So how this would look for those of you that don't like to come on your knees, you can simply, sitting in any form, you're just peeling up. So we get that same opening. So just a little modification for you. So right hand is all the way up, big open. Good, and then threading the needle, you're gonna send it under the left and come right down to the side of the head. If you're sitting, you can still thread the needle so you're open, and then you're just sliding under so we get that rotation through that upper mid-back area. I love this one. Good, we'll press up, we'll release. We're gonna move right to the other side. My cat is staring at me through the door. So we're gonna take the left hand, peel it up to the ceiling. And then we're gonna thread the needle, send it all the way under, coming down on the side of the head. Now, since I'm facing the camera this time, I can show you a little extra modification for this pose. You can take the hand that's not thread and walk it up to the top, so you get this extra little stretch. And you can take the leg, I'm a little tight for space today, and you can extend that as well. So that's just if you want a little extra stretch. And then we'll slide that hand back. If you lengthen it out, we'll press back up. Cat-cow it out after I twist. Good, come up off the wrist. Take your camel pose or your modified camel. So modified, just hands to the lower back. Full camel, notice my heels. I'm up on my toes and I can come back. So either work. Also a baby camel, so come and sit on your heels. This is another option. Sitting on your heels, hands come in behind, and we just lift the hips up. It's one of my favorites as well. I like it as opposed to that full camel where sometimes people try to get all the way back and then it's doing more damage than it's good. We'll save that for the youngsters. So we've got that back bend in our camel this way, so let's counter it with a down dog. So send your hands nice and wide, peel your hips up and back and pedal it out. Find your breath. Maybe press those hips up and back. You can bend the knees. Make it your own. Listen to your body. What feels good? And then I'm just going to walk my feet all the way up to my hands so I kind of slip right back into a seated position, sending the legs out straight now. And just a nice big forward fold. And then peeling myself all the way back up to center. Coming back to a cross-legged seat. I'm just going to open up that side body one more time. I feel like me gets super tight down to the hips. Any kind of side body stretch where we're opening that space up always feels good. Good, and then we're going to come back to center. We're going to close the eyes. We're going to ground back down with some breath work. So just pulling all your awareness back to your breath. Closing the eyes, lowering the gaze. Finding some stillness and calm. Letting go of anything that doesn't serve you as we enter this last week before Christmas. Remembering to let go of any tasks, traditions, expectations of this week that maybe you just need to let go of. As we try to make things so perfect for those around us, just remembering that we shouldn't be doing it at our own expense. Honoring yourself as much as you honor everybody else during the holidays. And I tried to lead by example, and just recording this video instead of going live on Tuesday is one of those examples of I knew trying to fit in a live recording on Tuesday when we have some unexpected things happening, as I said, would just add too much stress. For me, I wouldn't be able to give you, my whole self on Tuesday morning, so finding some time today instead. It's Sunday, where I can have a little more space to hold for you guys. And then when Tuesday comes, that's off my plate. So it's just thinking of those examples in your own life where you can let go this week and not put too much on yourself. Anyway, with that being said, we'll bring our hands to our heart. And I say to you all, may you be happy, may you be healthy, and may you be whole. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas or whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a fabulous week, and we'll see you after Santa has come. Thanks, everybody. Namaste.